Sometimes wrestling shows are no match for Mother Nature. Find out when some snowed out shows have been rescheduled. Plus, Wrestlemania weekend in New Orleans continues to take shape. Wait until you hear about some of these first time ever matches just announced. And an extreme reunion more than a decade in the making. I'm Brian Zane, in association with Powerbomb.tv and Suplex. It's time for This Week in Independent Wrestling. Well, bad weather in the Chicago area snowed out two big events this past weekend. Both Freelance Wrestling and Black Label Pro were forced to cancel their shows, which are scheduled for Friday and Saturday, respectively. The Freelance event will take place with a somewhat shuffled card this Friday the 16th, while Black Label Pro is back in action on March 10th in Crown Point, Indiana, with a main event of Tom Lawler defending his Black Label Pro Championship against Nick Gage. A huge match has been announced as the main event of Game Changer Wrestling's Bloodsport event taking place Thursday, April 5th in New Orleans. The show's matchmaker and former UFC star Matt Riddle will take on former X Division champion Low Ki. The match, as well as all other matches on the show, will be contested in a ropeless ring and can only be won by submission or knockout. In related news, David Starr vs. Mike Quackenbush has been announced for Joey Janela's Spring Break on April 6th, also run by GCW. It's being said the show will consist entirely of first-time ever matchups, including the main event of Janela versus the Great Sasuke. Speaking of GCW, they're in action this weekend as their gang-affiliated event takes place this Saturday in Allentown, Pennsylvania. The card will see Joey Janela take on Jody Fleisch and Nick Gage take on Homicide. It was a big weekend for wrestling in the United Kingdom. First off, PCW's Road to Glory 2018, a one-day, two-show event, saw both a singles and tag team tournament, with both tourneys wrapping up on the second show. The finals of the singles tournament saw Dean Allmark defeat WWE star Apollo Crews to earn a future PCW championship opportunity, while the tag team tournament concluded with the reunited team of Rampage Brown and current PCW champion T-Bone beating Big T and Tel Bannum to become the new PCW UK tag champs. Meanwhile, Progress Wrestling held their Take Me Underground event this past Sunday in Manchester. The event saw Jimmy Havoc and Mark Haskins defeat the Grizzled Young Veterans to become the new Progress Tag Team Champions. Walter successfully defended his Progress Atlas title against Mark Davis, and Progress World Champion Travis Banks retained his championship in a triple threat match against TK Cooper and Chris Brooks. MLW's Road to the World Championship event took place this past Thursday in Orlando and saw Matt Riddle, Tom Lawler, Shane Strickland, and Jimmy Havoc all advance to the next round of the MLW Championship tourney. The show also featured a main event hardcore match in which Darby Allin beat Sami Callihan. CZW's 19th anniversary show took place in Voorhees, New Jersey this past Saturday. MJF won a 30-man battle royal to become the new #1 contender to the CZW World title after having already retained his CZW Wired Championship over Alex Colon earlier in the night. The main event saw CZW champion Ricky Shane Page and the Lucha Brothers defeat the Killer Colt in a Lucha Extrema matchup. The Scenic City Rumble took place this past Saturday in the greater Chattanooga area. The card saw Kurt Stallion defeat Billy Buck, Kyle Matthews pin Joey Mercury, and Corey Hollis, who had hidden under the ring for much of the match, emerged victorious in the Scenic City Rumble, earning a spot in this year's Scenic City Invitational and the right to pick his first-round opponent. Due to the controversial nature of the match's ending, Kyle Matthews was also awarded a spot in the 2018 Scenic City Invitational, which Matthews has announced will be his last weekend in professional wrestling. The 2018 SCI will take place on August 3rd and 4th in Chattanooga. Well, Tetsuya Naito's getting ready for his big trip to the U.S. this weekend with three big shows in the Midwest. The New Japan star and former IWGP champion will be wrestling for Pro Wrestling Revolver in Dayton, Ohio on Friday the 16th, AAW in Chicago on Saturday the 17th, and Glory Pro in the St. Louis area on Sunday the 18th. All three of these events have been sold out for well over a month. And Naito's not the only New Japan star coming to AAW in 2018, as the promotion announced this week that the legendary Jushin Thunder Liger will debut with the promotion on their 14th anniversary show Epic, which takes place on March 16th in the Chicago area. Nova Pro returns to action in the Washington, D.C. area this Friday for their first show of the year, Cupid's Chokehold. The card will see the Hooligans take on the Ugly Ducklings, Faye Jackson versus Lufisto, the Carnies versus Alley Cat and Christy James, and Gunnar Miller facing off against Eric Royal. Jimmy Lloyd's birthday party takes place this Friday in Blackwood, New Jersey. The Wild lineup will see B-Boy wrestle Darby Allin, Matt Tremont versus Abyss, Nick Gage take on Jimmy Jacobs, and Jody Fleisch versus Jack Evans versus Teddy Hart. Well, Evolve is hitting the century mark as Evolve 100 and 101 take place this weekend. Evolve 100 takes place on the 17th in Queens and will see Fred Yehi versus Dominic Garrini, Zack Sabre Jr. defending the Evolve title against Austin Theory, and Keith Lee defending his WWN title against AR Fox. Evolve 101 will take place the following day in Joppa, Maryland, and will feature Zack Sabre Jr. defending the Evolve title against Chris Dickinson, Keith Lee versus Tracy Williams in a no-holds-barred match, and a four-way elimination match between Matt Riddle, Austin Theory, Darby Allin, and Jaka. And speaking of Joppa, Maryland Championship Wrestling's in town one day before Evolve with a huge event that advertises a Horseman anniversary. Fans will be able to meet WWE Hall of Famers Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Barry Windham, and J.J. Dillon, along with former WWE diva Rosa Mendez, along with the rest of the action going on. Matches announced include Joe Gacy versus Anthony Gagnone, Ken Dixon versus Sean Studd in a grudge match, the Cartel defend their MCW tag title against the Carnies, and MCW heavyweight champion Bruiser defends against Napalm. We follow up with former ECW star Justin Credible. Now, last time we saw him a few weeks ago, he appeared intoxicated in the ring at a Blitzkrieg Pro event. But this past Sunday, he appeared to be in much better spirits at What Wrestling's second ever show in Rhode Island. After the main event that saw Jimmy Jacobs and JT Dunn take on Tommy Dreamer and Matt Tremont, Credible reunited with former tag team partner Lance Storm. It was the first time the Impact players had shared a ring together since ECW One Night Stand 2006. Storm was part of the show earlier as the guest referee for a match between two of his old students, Tennille Dashwood and Rachel Ellering. Finally, that main event on Sunday was supposed to feature Ethan Page instead of Jimmy Jacobs, but Ethan had a good reason for not showing up as he became a father the same day. Page introduced his daughter Gabriella Ivy to the world via Twitter on Sunday. We wish congratulations to Ethan and his new growing family. Well, if you want to subscribe to Powerbomb.tv, use the promo code BrianSentMe and get your first 20 days of the streaming service absolutely free. Got a tip regarding any news, upcoming shows, and results? Send them our way via direct message at facebook.com/independentwrestling. For Powerbomb.tv and Suplex, I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.